Hi, I am Teresa, and this is a love letter to my grandmother. Today, I thought I would make this economy chocolate cake. I have a student who has a birthday tomorrow, and since all quarter long I've been bringing in treats, and some have coincided with birthdays, I felt I needed to bring in a birthday cake for tomorrow as well. So, economy chocolate cake it is. Now this recipe is mostly a list of ingredients. As you can see here, there's one instruction: bake in a moderate oven. Excellent. So, many ingredients, one instruction. So it calls for 1 cup of sugar minus a tablespoon, 1/3 of a cup of shortening, which I'm going to do as butter and not like Crisco, as we talked about before, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of sour milk. So I have already started, oh yeah, and you can see it's getting chunky. I put some lemon juice in my milk. One of these days I'm going to just do milk and not do sour milk, but today is not that day. A teaspoon of vanilla, 1.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/3 of a cup of cocoa, and 1/2 cup of boiling water. I just boiled the water. Now you can see there's this little tiny bracket here where the water and the cocoa are put together. So I'm going to assume that that means I should stir my beautiful unsweetened cocoa into my boiling water. Seems like a good theory to me, and it is very chunky. Maybe this is something I should sift. Doesn't say sifted though. So there is my cocoa in my boiling water. I'm now stirring, and we'll see what delight that creates. It smells good. Very chocolatey. Speaking of which, it's been in the news again, not the first time, but again, that the world's chocolate supply is running out because people consume ravenous amounts of chocolate. And I believe global warming also plays a factor in where cocoa can be grown these days, although maybe not as severe as coffee changes, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's pretty well mixed. A whisk would probably do me a little bit more good than just a wooden spoon. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm just going to put them in the order that they're listed. I have found that in general, that's a good rule of thumb for recipes. So 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of butter, and 1 egg. Cracked on the side of a flat surface. A teaspoon of vanilla. And I think I'm gonna mix this right now, and possibly I might need the hand mixer since the butter, while room temperature-ish, it's not really quite that soft. The eggs and sugar and butter have been thoroughly creamed. Now I'm going to add my sour milk and okay, I did the vanilla already, so I won't do that. Did a little bit out of order. And then I can add my baking soda and flour. Now this particular time I haven't actually put the baking soda inside the flour, so I will do that now. And then I will stir that together in the little flour bowl that I have. And then that way, that'll be nice and mixed together before it goes into the bowl. I'll put that in the cake batter. Excellent. And now we're almost ready for the yummy cocoa water mixture that we have. And then once we do that, we can pour it in the cake pan. Now, as you know, the instructions don't have any indication of whether or not it should be a greased cake pan, floured, whatnot. I assumed, in the absence of information, that it would be good to make the cake pan be greased and floured. So I've done that already, and when it comes, we'll pour that in. Now what I didn't know is if this was a 2-layer or a single layer cake, and I'm assuming it's a single layer cake, but you know, it's hard to say for sure. And because I wasn't sure, I did it in my glass pan. And you can see it looks really yummy. And now what I will do is I will pour this into our pan, and we'll find out if it's enough for 1 or 2 layers. I think it's just 1. Looks quite delicious. Rubber spatula. Get all the yummy chocolate into the cake pan. Now the problem with this particular cake is not that it doesn't have any instructions. I think I've learned that we can kind of deduce instructions in the absence, but rather that because it is for a student's birthday, I can't try it today. I have to wait till tomorrow to try it, and I don't know how I'll report back to you on that. Now, upon examining different cake recipes, they're usually about an hour. And I would think that this one would be no different. So what I'm going to do, though, just to be safe, is I'm going to check on it in 30 to 40 minutes, and then if it's out, if it's ready, I'll let you know. If it takes an hour, I'll let you know that as well. So here we go. Lovely preheated already. Our beautiful cake. Pop that in the oven. Set the timer for 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then we'll check in on the cake then. And I'll see you in a few. Bye. Okay, now the cake has come out of the oven. It took about 43 minutes. So I would say this cake is good to cook in 40 to 45 minutes. It looks delicious. It smells fantastic. Now, it doesn't have a frosting recipe, and I don't think I am going to frost it. And again, as I said, I can't try it today. I'll have to report back to you later about how it tastes. But super easy to make and a nice alternative to buying a cake mix. Hopefully it will be yummy. That's all for today and a love letter to my grandmother. I'll see you next time. Bye.